Hey guys, Calvin here. Just wanted to talk a little bit about my experience at YCS Vegas. So I was actually playing in the Ultimate 3v3 there, and it was a great time. I teamed up with some friends that I have that actually own and operate their own OTS. So it was a really great experience. Obviously, I played GOAT, as you guys can probably see from the list that is on the screen in front of you. But I just wanted to kind of talk about not only what I brought, but also just my experience going, as this was my first big Yu-Gi-Oh event ever. So a little bit about the list first. So the main thing about the list is that I am running one main deck MindCon. And the main deck MindCon was kind of a read because I expected to play mostly Chaos at this tournament. And the main deck MindCon is very, very punishing, especially in game one of that matchup. Not a lot of people are running it at in the main, in Chaos specifically. So I just wanted to kind of throw that little curveball in there to punish any errant sets. In case they just randomly decide to set Dekoichi, Moth, Spy, take it, flip it, punish them for it, especially like a Moth if I've already got Pot Duo, Graceful, whatever in the grave. So, yeah, that's kind of my list. You're going to also notice a second book in the main, as well as the Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. The Phoenix Wing, that was just an option for the mirror. Raigeki Break isn't as great in the mirror compared to Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, so I decided to kind of just split the difference. I had a slot in my side available for it, so whenever I play the mirror, just take one Raigeki Break out, put one Wing Blast in, and it worked really well. I was actually really happy with it. I don't know if it's something that I'm going to do kind of going forward, but it is something that I really enjoyed, and something I will consider citing in the future. The second Book of Moon, I just had an extra slot that I wanted to dedicate to Warrior, and I decided that second Book of Moon was going to be pretty good. It's just super versatile. It's just a good card, and it did some work. Not gonna lie. So that's gonna kind of be the list. This won't be the list that I play going forward. There were some things that I was pretty unhappy about. The main thing being the Warrior matchup game one. But that was something that I accepted because I knew I was making the read that I was going to play mostly Chaos, and honestly that read was both right and wrong, and I'll explain that in a little bit. The matchups that I played, rounds 1 through 5, unfortunately our team went 2-3, and after we got our third loss we just dropped from the tournament. I played Warrior round 1, Chaos Turbo round 2, Chaos Return round 3, Warrior round 4, and Chaos Turbo round 5. So every one of those matchups had something really interesting. The Warrior matchups were matchups that I lost. I didn't lose them that badly, but it did put a lot of perspective onto my game plan, or like how I am comfortable with different matchups in GO format. So for Warrior specifically, I thought I was pretty decent at the matchup. I know it's not a great matchup for Chaos Turbo, but I thought I was a lot better at it than I previously thought. So it's time to go kind of back to the drawing board and make sure that I brush up on how to play against Warrior and how to trade with them effectively and all that kind of stuff. And it made me realize that maybe if I want to beat Warrior, I need to start playing Warrior. So there may be, videos of me playing Warrior in the future. I'm still kind of undecided on it at this current time. So, anyway, round 2 was Chaos Turbo, and round 2 was actually against Simo, the big YouTuber. We actually played his team, and he played really well in the mirror. I was actually pretty surprised. And the biggest surprise for me was how fun, how vocal he is, how good he is about like clearing phases and targeting and kind of things like that. And he was just a really, really good opponent. Just really fun to play against. Just super respectful, super, super, super awesome. And the next thing that surprised me about him, we just finished up our match. It was a 2-1 for him. And he asked me as we're packing up, like, "Oh, why didn't you bring Berserk Gorilla?" And I was just like, "Huh? Like, how do you know about that?" And he said, "Oh, I watched your video." So if you guys don't know, my friend YCS, shout out to YCS, go like and subscribe to him if you guys haven't done so already. But he did a deck profile on me after I won our local store's playoffs. And we hold the playoffs every couple months. And I'm the current quote unquote, tyrant of the store for Go format. And in that video, I really did put a lot of love to Berserk Gorilla because it was pretty impactful in my playoff run. So apparently Simo has seen this video. He has recognized my face. He he even said like he agreed with a lot of the points that I made in that video about why Berserk Gorilla is good. So again, shout outs to Simo. He was just a great opponent, and the fact that he recognized me and also like made my day with that, it was incredible. It was so incredible, especially because I'm like a nothing burger in the scene. So again, shout outs to him. Again, shout outs to YCS. I will link that deck profile in the description if you guys want to check that out. Otherwise, let's talk about the entire tournament experience. So this was my first YCS, and it was a really fun experience. I got to meet up with a lot of the homies that I hang out with at locals and stuff. Just watching all these people play, and shout outs to Team Nexus. They are a bunch of or they're a team from my area, and guys I know, and they actually placed 3rd overall for the Ultimate Time Lizard event. So huge shout out to them. I'm so proud of them, so happy for them. So honestly, like just ecstatic that they made it that far, and it was great. It was so awesome watching them play their fucking hearts out, and again, nothing but love to them. So as a first YCS, the people were great. It was weird because some of the opponents that I played were very non-verbal. I don't know if this is the kind of standard across YCSs or not, but like I try and be very verbal in my video, or as you guys know in my videos, declaring phases, declaring like effects, summons, asking if things are successful, etc., etc. And a lot of people were just playing cards down. They weren't really asking for responses. They were just kind of doing their thing, and I respect that. But at some point, Yu-Gi-Oh is a game about interaction. You need to interact with your team or with your opponent, and they just really didn't. So that was kind of like a negative thing, especially because people and players like that really suck the fun out of it for me, personally. So it is what it is, right? The other thing was, at least for this event, like the side events weren't really managed very well. There was just no room to fire side events day 1, and then day 2, like the speaker or something for the side events, I just couldn't really hear anything, so I actually missed a couple of my pods. Frustrating. But overall, I do plan on trying to go to a bigger event, just getting my eyes kind of opened and my perspective kind of widened, and also like being able to introspect on myself and think about like what I can improve, what like I can do to make myself the best player I possibly can. You know, it doesn't come from just playing locals every week. It comes from expanding, playing new people, you know, and just going to events. So I'm going to try and go to as many as I can, just because this one was just such a good time. And that was really it. If you guys have any questions about the list, or any questions about my experience specifically, please drop them down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.